violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
The Atlanta City Council just voting to adopt an extension on code enforcement for short-term rental licenses until June 1st. Now, the vote was reached minutes ago during the council meeting that is happening right now. Atlanta residents on both sides of the argument gave their side on the possible extension. Opposers included residents who say that short-term rentals bring noise complaints and disruptions to the place they call home.
All right, guys, so I wanted to make this video because it's crazy, man. We did a video on a shooting in Pittsburgh, a mass shooting at an Airbnb party that was thrown by super gremlins, and it ended bad. 2 people were killed, a host of others injured, over a dozen, and it left a stain on the Airbnb business. Okay, now I myself am in real estate and are in the Airbnb business, and a lot of times you will run into unruly tenants, okay, and it makes it really bad, okay, because now hosts are going to have to start saying, hey, do I really want to rent my unit to this guy, especially if I don't know what they're going to be doing. It's going to be, it makes hosts more apprehensive to renting to, let's keep it a buck, brothers and sisters, because when you do, they're going to want to throw a party and do it. Not everybody, obviously, but like I say, the few spoil it for the many. One bad apple can spoil the whole bunch. And that's what's happening in this case, so much so that they're passing legislation to limit the amount of Airbnbs that a host can have. So once again, we see these super gremlins on demon time are messing up the business.
Supporters of the extension say the city's application for owners of short-term rentals is confusing and that more time should be given for them to legally register their property.
All right, guys, so here are some of the new rules in Atlanta when it comes to Airbnb short-term rentals. This guy, Donovan Reynolds, says, I personally love the new rules ATL put into place for Airbnbs in April. You can only have 2 Airbnbs and one must be your primary residence. Okay? One must be your primary residence. That's crazy to me. This is like an overreach. This is, in my opinion, this is straight tyranny. To tell somebody that, hey, imagine if there was a law that said you can only have 1 rental property. That sounds insane. Okay? You need a permit, $150 each. Look, me personally, I'm not against the permit thing. Okay? It's more bureaucracy, but I'm not totally against it. But to limit the amount of Airbnbs somebody can have is outrageous to me. You must inform your neighbors as it impacts them as well. I think that's an overreach too. I don't have to tell my neighbors shit about what I'm doing with my property. And you must be a resident of Atlanta. Now, I'm not too upset about that. That's not too crazy. But there obviously are ways to get around it. You can open up multiple LLCs and whatnot. You know, there's ways to get around it. But I'm telling you guys who implemented, what was the reason why they had to make these rules? It's because these super gremlins on demon time.
New details tonight, and the man accused of killing the rapper who created the theme song for the Atlanta United is denied bond. Alexander Krause faced a judge in DeKalb County today. He's accused of shooting and killing his own brother, rapper Archie Eversole, last month.
So guys, I also wanted to give you an update on Archie Eversole's killed by his own brother. What a tragedy. But apparently, what I'm hearing is that they've been in feuds about money in the past. And his brother decided to shoot him in the jaw while he was sleeping. So not only did he kill his own brother, he shot his brother while he was sleeping, defenseless. It's cowardice, it's despicable, and it's indicative of exactly how these super gremlins on demon time move.
Police say Eversole was shot in the face while he was sleeping inside his own home. During the hearing today, the judge called Krause a danger to the community.
There has been a loss of life, and there's nothing that I can say or do that will bring back Mr. Eversole.
Eversole, known for the hype song We Ready, and was chosen to create Atlanta United's theme song, United We Conquer.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo! Ain't that nigga J.
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
6, a convicted felon is facing charges tonight after police say he showed up to a Piedmont Park area and began threatening people with a machete. Channel 2's Michael Seiden explains why investigators are praising witnesses for their quick thinking.
Wow, so the camera system, the multi-million-dollar camera system that they implemented in Piedmont Park didn't stop this psychopath machete-wielding super gremlin from running around and brazenly waving his oversized knife in people's faces, in people's directions, threatening them. I could have sworn that those cameras would have been a huge deterrent to these super gremlins committing crimes in a basically open park. I mean, I could see one side of Piedmont Park from the other. Okay, I can see straight through. But it doesn't stop these super gremlins from doing this stuff. Like, they just implemented the camera system, and I guess these super gremlins haven't caught on yet.
He just spent a year in prison, but tonight Jimmy Denson, a convicted felon with at least a dozen arrests in Fulton County, is back in trouble again with the law.
So he's got over a dozen arrests, and he's still outside.
After Atlanta police say he showed up to Piedmont Park with a machete, where he began threatening to stab people at random. It all happened around 9:30 Wednesday night.
Well, maybe he was the person who killed the woman who was walking with her dog in Piedmont Park. You know what I mean?
It's concerning, definitely.
When officers arrived at the park, they were forced to use their tasers after investigators say the 43-year-old refused to drop his weapon.
What? Are you kidding me? These racist KKK police officers use their taser on this psychopathic machete-wielding super gremlin? They should be ashamed of themselves.
Fulton County jail records show the police charged him with multiple felonies, including aggravated assault and possession of a knife during the commission of a felony. And at last check, a judge had denied bond. We also took a deep dive into his criminal history and discovered that his last arrest was just days after his release from prison, when he attempted to deposit a bad check. Now, court records also show that he's currently on probation for aggravated assault, robbery, and forgery. At Piedmont Park Friday, concern coming from some park goers.
Crazy.
But most told us they feel safe.
You should always be aware of your surroundings, no matter where you are.
Unfortunately, no one was injured. Also tonight, Atlanta police tell us that 51-year-old Elijah Payton is also facing charges. He's considered an accessory. We're in Piedmont Park. I'm Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
The Blue Flame Lounge in Northwest Atlanta, now the target of at least one city council member who wants to revoke its liquor license and shut it down, accusing the club of having a notorious reputation for repeated violent crimes. The most recent crime here, Wednesday, January 26th.
Wow. So they trying to shut down the infamous Blue Flame. And the Blue Flame, if you guys don't know, it's a nightclub in Atlanta. It's very famous. All these rappers be going there and shouting it out. And it's a great way to get your career started if you're a local artist, performing in the strip clubs and whatnot.
A young man shot to death outside after an argument inside. Now Atlanta police announcing they've just identified a suspect, but he's on the run. 25-year-old Dedrick Howard. No photo of him from police yet. Just in the past week, there have been at least 5 shootings at or near Atlanta clubs and restaurants. January 22nd in Buckhead, a man and woman shot and wounded. Police say the man had been arguing with another man. This man, police believe this is the man who opened fire on the couple, and he's on the run now. Police looking for him and for the people who, from this video, apparently know him. January 23rd. Outside Local Luna in Northeast Atlanta, someone opened fire. People ran for their lives. One person wounded. At this same spot in October, a man was shot and killed. January 25th, at Chic Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Atlanta. Someone shot at least 15 rounds outside. No one wounded.
Damn, it's just adding up.
January 28th, outside a club in Midtown Atlanta. A man and woman shot multiple times after police say he had argued with another man inside the club. Last year, the city of Atlanta enacted an ordinance to revoke the liquor licenses of clubs where repeat violent crimes make them a public nuisance.
And look, let me just say this. You can't blame the clubs per se. They definitely should have better security as far as what happens inside the club. But once they get outside in the parking lot, it's fair game.
That's why a council member wants to revoke the Blue Flame Lounge liquor license. We obtained Atlanta police records for the past 2 years. For example, there were 4 people shot here. We're working to reach the management of the business for comment. Police asking the public for tips to help capture the homicide suspect as the city begins to flex its liquor license muscle to try to shut down businesses where the nightlife can be a life and death risk for customers. In Atlanta, John Schierick, 11 Alive News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.